Hey everyone, what's up? Thought I'd go over a few things and want to show you a video at least, how to get a set of Voodoo tires ready or break-in. Been wanting to do a couple of these for a while. And so we have a new Voodoo Gold. It's mounted on a Proline Pomona wheel. Pretty common setup, if you can see. Right, tire is glued up, fresh out of the package. And first we want to take off the mold release, clean the tire so we can scuff it in. Gonna give the tire a little product to get it clean. Let that soak in. This product you don't have to heat. It's not naphtha, and I'm gonna just kind of rag it in a little so it grabs. This isn't the break-in process. We're just cleaning off the mold release, getting the tire ready. You can see it's already starting to grab, right? As many would say, Voodoos really don't need stuff to make them work, but it doesn't mean you can't put something on it to make it work better, right? It's a little easier to do in your pits than trying to make a video, but I'm trying to give you the base idea. So you can see tire's drying. This one's already been cleaned. Just gonna wait a few minutes. You'll see the video cut and we'll get ready to scuff them in. We're just looking for it to dry, right? Probably do the front face of the tire one more time. I'll wipe it down, get the surface, and then we're gonna scuff the tire. All right, it's been a few minutes. You can see the tire's dry and clean, shiny, ready to be scuffed. I'm gonna take this Scotch-Brite green pad and just run the tire over it. So the goal here is to knock down the seam and just remove the shine from the tire. You're removing the shine from the tire because in the manufacturing process, when the rubber is injected into the mold, it seals it off. This will improve the tire's ability to absorb product, and maybe for product to stick to the tire. As you can see, it's almost scuffed in already. Just gonna do a little bit more. Really focusing on that center spot. I'm not really pushing on the tire, I'm just holding this against it. And I have to take a look at it. Looks like it's almost there. Maybe one more time. All right. Looks like it needs one more spot. I think the Scotch pads are much less aggressive over sandpaper. So you can take your time with it. Just make sure that this seam isn't sticking up and that it has a scuff all the way across the tire. All right, so we have two fully scuffed in Voodoos. You can see scuffing, there's no shiny across. The center rib is knocked down so it's smooth, and the tire is now opened up where it will accept product better. I believe this is the best way. Others may disagree or agree, but this is where I like to start people. We're going to use Fireball, and we are going to heat the tire and apply the temperature we're kind of looking for here. Will be 140 or so. It's more of a surface temperature than the whole tire, right? It's not a band. Heating the tire to 140 with a band, I think will harm the belt. But surface temp wise, I haven't had anybody report anything in particular, so this has seemed to work best also. So we're gonna have the product ready. I have a temp gun. Told people about this. Here is the temp gun, and you can get this for 16 bucks on Amazon. This, everyone should at least have this or something better for this type of racing, whether you're running box stock, dry tire, outlaw, anything that involves heating tires, you should at least have something like this. So I'm gonna heat the tire, try to do it with a battery powered gun at the moment, and then we'll apply the product to the tire when it's hot. The battery powered gun, you gotta be a little closer to the tire than say the plug-in style. There we're at 130. This is good enough. Now we are just going to wait for the product to do its thing. I'm gonna turn the tire over and show you so it doesn't just pool on one side. You can see it soaking in. Some of it's soaking in, some of it's evaporation. Both things need to take place in order for the conditioner to do its job. We'll do this process 4 times consecutively. The idea is to keep heating up the tire to get it to soak in. I know that people have made rotisseries where they turn the tire over. Those are fine. They would work better if some other things were done to them, but I truly believe that this is the best way. The tire still feels a little warm even through the glove. It's almost ready. Just give it another minute or so. At the end of this, I'm going to tell you approximately how long it should take you. It's a little different when you're making a video, but I'll try to give you a best idea. This one looks like it's good, so we're going to go back to the gun. Give you one more example of what we're doing here. $120. If you don't have a drill to do this, I recommend getting a drill in a bit, but if you don't have one, you can do it on the car. Something you can just keep turning the tire over nice and easy like this. Get some consistency around the tire. I do not recommend a torch for this. 140. Just go back and forth across the tire a couple times, like so. There, you can see the tire. And just turn it over so it doesn't run down the tire, right? The heating, I know I already mentioned it, but the heating is opening up the tire more. It almost certainly makes the tire better when you put product on it. If you've ever talked to me, you've heard me go over in detail this process, along with some other processes. If you're not sure on anything I'm showing or talking about, please feel free to message me. I'd be more than happy to go over with something again. We're gonna do this 4 times. I'll be back after the 4th time. We are about to do the last coat on the second tire. Just wanted to try to capture better how I was going about doing this. Just heating the tire to 140. It doesn't have to be perfect. 137, 142, right? And 4 coats is really kind of the base. I'll have a little explanation at the end of the video why I say that. A lot of conversations I've had with people leads to some interesting things when they're at a race and they can't figure out what happened when it comes to their tires. And a lot of times people don't think about certain things, I think. So I think it's important to try to cover all the bases with everyone, and just wanted to show visually, or at least try to show what I've been trying to explain. Right, a little bit on the corners here, and then 4 coats of each one. You can stop there. Just as you can see, tire absorbs the stuff pretty good. You have evaporation too. It's not all evaporation. Like I said, if you don't have a drill, you can do this on a car. You just have to turn the drive line with your finger. You really should have a drill, because there's some rag-in methods I'm going to talk about in the future here, I think. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away. You always got people trying to take your ideas. But these 2 tires, these 2, right? They are done. They would be, at this point, dry enough. I would bag them. I would never bag a wet tire. Would bag a dry tire like this that has just completed the process. Yeah, so I'll be back in just a minute. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes total. You can do the whole thing. 3 or 4 sets of tires and doing them all at one time. And you can see how they look. There's nothing really on the surface. Pretty clean product. There's no adhesives or glues in Fireball. It's just natural, good tire feel. This has been really, really popular in dirt oval. It's been shown to go really fast on a clean road, just like this, with a naphtha wipe after it, into the 1.7s at 94 miles an hour. No glue. No glue on the road. So yeah, we're able to stay this long. And listen, again, it's just 4 coats. But I have people that get to races and they have this magic set of tires and they've talked to me about. And what happens, they run into, is they're at a race and this set of tires is amazing, right? Between that and their process and their car, and the tires become damaged. Maybe they brushed the wall, maybe something happened, maybe a competitor accidentally ran into them. They bring the car back to the pits and oh no, the magic set of tires is gone. Well, they reach into their box and they grab a set that's just like this. And they'll work pretty good, but they're not gonna match what they had on the car. And the reason for that is they probably ran those tires 30, 40 times, maybe more. And every time you run a tire, you put something on it, even naphtha, you're changing the tire. So over the course of 30 runs, they now have a completely different tire than where this tire starts now. And it doesn't work. So I would recommend, if this is a product you like and you're doing your tires, have a set that is been conditioned or set up, or you've processed them at home in the garage, heating them, wiping them, conditioning them 30 times, so that when you get to the track, you have them already ahead of time, much closer to the set of tires that maybe you thought were your favorite tires on the car. That, or rotate tires frequently. Run this set, put another set on, come back, rotating the similar tire. That way you don't get caught out with having a set that's much different than what's in your bag. So I hope that helps. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I've got some other videos I think coming, and I hope you enjoy them and I hope they're helpful. Later.